right, everybody. Welcome. We are once again live from our beautiful downtown Topeka studio here in what appears to be the surface of the sun, Topeka. We are coming to you. It's been a little bit of we've had a little bit of a break, but I think we're coming back pretty much full force here with this episode for everybody today, with some hard-hitting facts and some hard-hitting opinion, editorial style journalism here. How you doing? It's been a while. We have Brandon here with.
I'm doing pretty good. What's it been? 3 weeks? 4 weeks?
Something like that, yeah.
A little longer than usual. We always get sidetracked. Plus, we've talked about so many topics already that we don't want to get too redundant.
Yeah, and it's tough. This is why it's nice to have questions from the audience, which we do get sometimes. But if you're out there today and you're on your grind and you're thinking that being out there in that sun and that heat is a good thing, probably not.
It's not.
But if you do have to be out there, if you are out there, make sure you're getting plenty of fluids and honestly, probably wearing a long sleeve shirt,
a hat.
Yeah, just to
sunscreen's good too.
Yeah, well, and and the thing about a lot of people don't think about it. They want to get the tan, so they're wearing you're wearing your short shorts and you're wearing your tank top. At least I know that's what I wear when I go out in this kind of weather. Shorter the better. But yeah, long sleeve shirt. If you're out there and you're doing some sort of a cardio thing, a lot of people like to go and run stairs at the junior high football field or something. It not only does it help to keep your skin safe, but it soaks up that sweat and helps keep you cool.
Right.
It's gross, but it keeps you cool.
Right.
That's its job. But this week that's just a PSA. The more you know. Da, da, da.
I appreciate that.
But this week we're actually coming to you guys to talk to you about a question that we had gotten. I'll let you elaborate on it.
Well, I had a question come from one of our members here a few days ago, and the question was basically, is it okay for this particular member, a male, to have his girlfriend work out with him? And not just work out when he works out, but is it okay to do the same kinds of exercises, the same kind of routines together? Or is it because he's stronger, or is there something that would be a limitation for her or for him that would or could or should prevent male and females from working out together? Usually couples more so than just random people, but and so that was what he would like us to discuss.
I see. And discuss we shall.
All right.
And don't forget, we are live, so if you are tuning in on the Spreaker app, you can hit that little chat button and tune in or chime in whenever you would like. But we're also on Facebook as well, so feel free to chime in with your opinions. And if we've said something that you want to talk about, let us know. When you sent me this question, I've been kind of thinking about this for probably a day and a half now, and I've worked out with my significant other, and I've worked out obviously on my own, and I've worked out where she goes one way and I go a separate way. So I've got some opinions on this.
Let's hear them then. What do you think?
I think honestly, if you're just simply asking, can men and women work out together, the answer is yes, they can. But you add a certain level of complexity there when you start talking about couples. A couple reasons. So first things first, and this can go even for. I don't want to talk about couples right yet, but in terms of even picking out a workout partner. You and I have worked out together, for a year straight almost, probably, and
a year, more like 20.
Yeah, yeah.
Off and on for probably 10.
Yeah, off and on. Yeah, but
maybe my memory's going. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, this last stint before I went back to school.
Oh yeah, recently. Yeah,
right about it for about a year straight.
We did quite a while there. Yeah,
yeah,
straight. Yeah.
And there's three things I think that you look for in a workout partner, whether it's a man or a woman, and that's ability, level, like novice, like know-how, level of expertise, and goal. If all three of these things aren't kind of there, you're wasting each other's time, I think. You know what I mean? I think if your expertise is low and somebody's high, you can still work out together, but the person that's more of the expert is probably going to be dragging along, and that makes for a bad workout for possibly both people, right? If your goal is not the same, if somebody wants to do interval training with the weights and you're into more of a hypertrophy type protocol, it's going to mess up your workout.
Right.
And then in terms of strength levels, if you're loading and unloading the bar constantly with tons of weight, if you can do 5 plates on each side of the leg press and the person you're working out with can only do 1 or 2, you're constantly loading and unloading weight, and that could also lead to a bad workout. So I think that's something to consider before you even think about working out with anybody, period.
Right. So just not men, women, just your workout partner in general, just those might be some things to consider. Yeah, I agree with that. Definitely. And
then when you throw the complexity of couples in there, you have a mental distraction, I think, almost. If you guys had maybe an argument before you came to the gym or something pressing.
Right. I can...
Maybe you really like the way she looks in her sweatpants, or she likes the way you look in your tank top.
I doubt it.
It could be a distraction. but I think in my experience, being that we know a little bit about this thing and other people may or may not, I think it can cause a little bit of friction if somebody has an idea of what the workout should be or what the goal should be, and the other person has an idea on what it should be. I think it can cause kind of a problem, and that is definitely a distraction while you're training.
Yeah. Well, that if I look at the workout partner in general first before I kind of get into the couples, a few things that I've always looked at. Primarily, I look at reliability.
That's a good one.
I don't necessarily care all the time how strong they are or how what their fitness level is or whether they're real advanced or not. If they don't show up, then if you're mentally prepared to do a workout that takes 2 people, you think I'm going to do heavy squats today or
4
something like
reps
that,
or something.
and now they don't show up, and you're kind of you just have that let down emotionally, like, oh, if that happens a lot, then that will happen with 99% of workout partners.
Sure,
you're probably not going to. So then they're out no matter who they are.
Right.
Second thing I look at is their motivation level.
Yeah.
I don't usually care, like I said, necessarily. I mean, you do have a lot better workout usually if somebody's stronger than you slightly or similar strength, is because, like you said, you're not unloading and loading. And
well, you can push each other.
They can push each other, but more so important than that, what I look for is somebody who has the same intensity or more.
That's a big one, yeah.
And so I've worked out with people in the past, not like you because your strength is similar to mine, but I've worked out with like Lance.
Sure.
Lance, and he wasn't really as strong as I would have been, but he was super intense, and so our workouts were really, really good. Now, it wasn't like he was, half as strong as I was or anything like that, but he had the ability to push us both due to his motivation level. And
sure.
There was never any. I say we're going to do heavy squats today. He was ready to go. It never was there we got to do this or got a negative anything.
Right.
It was very positive. So you look for that. And then once you find those, reliability and intensity level and focus, then everything else becomes a little secondary, whether stronger, weaker, in general. Regarding couples, again, I agree with everything you said. It's all dependent on their relationship. Like, my wife probably get upset with me, but, I never really could work out with my wife, and we've been together, I don't even know, 15 years probably.
Sure.
And so, and it's not that we don't like each other, it's just that she likes to almost like question everything that I say.
Yeah,
but
I've been
yet,
there. Yep.
when we go to do the workout, she's like, well, I'll do what you tell me, or, and you're the expert, or you're the boss. And then when we get in there, it's like, well, why are we doing this, or why are we doing that? Or I always ask questions that irritate her and stuff like that. So we learned a long time ago. We just go to the gym together if we go, and I go left and she goes right, and we do our own things. Other people that works, other people, they have fantastic workouts. I train people, couples, and they have great workouts.
Right.
But I still see some of that, somebody questioning,
Right.
like it's still a little bit different.
Well, and that's been kind of my experience is when you go together, kind of go do your own thing, and I think honestly, I think it's it's been successful for me because, you know, a lot of times and generally don't really match. Sorry. Generally, when it comes, at least for the women that I've dated and gone to the gym with, our goals have been so drastically different. It wouldn't compute anyways.
Well, yeah, I think if you're training, like you said, if you're doing interval training and they're doing something else, or if they're doing some CrossFit type thing, or you're doing more muscle building type thing, or whatever, then yeah, then there's no real, you can't work out together.
Right.
I do see though, if the goal is the same as far as what I tell people that I train specifically, like to really answer the question, is that if you get along together and you can work out together,
Yeah.
we can train you the same way,
Yep.
men and women.
Yep.
It's not like the workout is fine.
Right.
You know, a lot of women are like, well, I don't want to get big and bulky and this and that. And I'm like, we're going to train you the same way. I have the men and the women that are working out together do the same exact sets, reps, everything. One may be wanting to lose weight, one's wanting to build muscle. I say the difference is really what you're eating. It's your diet. That's
Yeah.
going to determine a lot of your progress or lack thereof, and your individual genetics being, you know, men versus women. I mean, you know, hormone levels and all,
Sure.
and all that. So, but you shouldn't. I mean, if you're wanting to get in better shape, the training could be the same,
Right.
for men and women. I mean,
Right.
you're still
Absolutely.
a human. It's
Well-
not like you need to really dramatically alter because you're a female or a male. You're training. It can be the same. It's just a lot of females are kind of a little bit afraid of that. Almost
Right.
everybody I've trained that trains with their boyfriend or husband always, usually they don't express concerns to me. Their boyfriend or husband does in private or off to the side, like, oh, well, she really didn't want to come in here. I had to like drag her in here because
Sure.
she thought she's going to turn into some big, you know, the Hulk.
Yeah.
And then once they figure out, once you kind of kick their butt in the door and get them to do it for a while, like, oh, this actually works. I'm getting leaner. I look different. I feel better. And they're not getting like, but they're doing the same thing that
Right.
their husband or boyfriend is.
Right. Well, and,
Yeah.
and don't get me wrong. I mean, there's been a couple of occasions where I have taken whomever I came with through the same workout, and it's been successful. But it's just through my experience, most of the time, it's usually a different thing. So I've never really been confronted with that type of an issue. And also, you know, there could be, you know, just the same as we're saying, you know, there could be guys that aren't really into training and their girlfriend or wife is, and might even be stronger. I know I've seen women here doing deadlifts that are probably heavier than what I can do. So
Right.
And also when you're working out with somebody, and this is because I've heard this before from people that I've dated, is that you know, you're lifting, you know, 315 pounds on bench press. I can't spot you. What happens if
All right.
you can? And I want to put this out there for you guys. Is that if I'm doing a weight, and this is kind of me generally speaking for people that are lifting for everybody, but if I'm lifting a weight, I know I can probably lift at least a couple of times, 3, 4, 5, even 10 times, or, you know, 2 times. Generally, all it needs is just to keep that momentum going, which is a matter of maybe 5 or 10 pounds of pressure. And anybody can put 5 or 10 pounds of pressure against the bar to get it up. Now, when it's a dead stop on somebody's chest or something,
Right.
then there's an issue. But if
in trouble,
if the person that's lifting knows what they're doing and the person that's spotting understands that concept, that it just needs to stay in motion to rack it, you've got plenty of strength to spot somebody.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I think my conclusion is, I think it can be done. You just have to really,
Case by case.
yeah, it's a case by case. I think you really kind of have to maybe open up those communication channels even more, maybe, so that you're.
I wouldn't I think a lot of people